Put it in it. Yeah, all right. Welcome to another episode of The People's Mic. How you guys doing?
Good morning.
I'll go from my left. We have Miss Elsa Waithe.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and to my right, and my left and my right, Mr. Laurent.
Yes, sir. I'm in the building.
MvGowann. How you guys doing?
Great.
Yeah, thanks for coming out. You guys smell good. What is that? Is that your
Cocoa butter?
Cocoa butter? I smoke cocoa.
Yeah, whipped cocoa butter.
Were you doing something special this morning?
Being black, I gotta
Lather
up.
Yeah, you gotta
get ready for the day with a good layer of lather. You know?
You guys, we don't have video, but Laurent has a nice special drink.
Yeah,
You got
I'm prepping for vacation. I didn't want it to be this cute. This
got
look, there's a monkey.
the umbrella and a monkey.
There's an umbrella, an orange wedge.
Wait, don't forget.
There's a flamingo hanging out in the side. There's a monkey
You
hanging
took a
off.
picture of it? I'm going to post that picture.
I got a lot going on over here. I didn't know all this came with the
It's
drink.
festive as fuck, dog.
Yeah, my fellas in the hood, y'all would never believe this.
Yo, and the pinky up. I'm not going to say
it. Throw the pinky up.
Might as well, because
Nice.
of the drink. The pinky
I have a lavender gelato that I eat sometimes.
I was about to say you just ordered.
No. I sometimes have a lavender gelato, and I must throw my pinky up.
Nice.
I feel like a fancy white lady.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for coming out, man.
Thanks for having me.
It's pretty dope. It's beautiful out. You guys made my day. Let's start with the origin story. You guys are both comedians.
Origin story.
Yeah.
My mother and my father met in Brooklyn.
Tell the whole story. All right, it's a 9-hour podcast.
Went to a drive-in movie.
Yeah. They met on the Staten Island Ferry, actually.
Really?
Yeah, my dad had no
shit.
business talking to my mother.
Mine too. I don't even know. I had this story that I made up, but nobody tells me the real story.
No. I just recently found out in the last several years that my mother is actually my dad's second wife.
Oh shit! I thought you were about to say sister. I was like, yeah.
I was getting good.
It's went too long. I was like,
actually,
You just jump right in.
Oh my god!
my mother and my father look so much alike, though,
gosh.
that when they first started dating, people did mistake or think my father was my mom's brother, and they got away with that for a little while in the military, because you can't be. They were both in the Navy. You can't be stationed somewhere with your spouse. You can't be in the same workstation. But you can with your sibling. Mm-hmm. So because they both had the same last name and kind of favored each other, people assumed they were siblings, and they just never corrected people, and was able to work together for a very long time before anyone caught on.
Damn.
Yeah.
I hate this.
Which is why I wind up looking like 50% like both of my parents. Some people tend to favor one parent over the other or whatever. I have this joke where, like, if you put me next to my mom, I look like my mom. If you put me next to my dad, I look just like my dad. And then if you put me in between them, they argue. It's an argument.
Wow. So they had the same last name before they got married?
No. Once they got
Nobody's
married.
questioning this?
No. Once they got married, then my mother joined the Navy, and my father rejoined.
Okay.
So
that's the
origin story. There we go.
Yeah. How'd you start comedy?
How'd I start comedy?
Yeah. How'd you get into
comedy? Pretty much so I didn't kill myself.
Yeah, nice.
Essentially.
Be like that.
Yeah, I was in a really fucked up place as far as work.
That's how you tell my story right now.
Yeah, I had to take the same exact job at the mall. I lost my job. I was a sales manager for a portrait studio.
Yeah.
Portrait studio went under.
Yeah.
And so I had to take the same exact job at the dying mall in my city, getting paid way less.
What city?
Norfolk, Virginia.
Okay.
Military town.
Nice.
The mall is now closed down, just to let you know. It was on its last legs. I couldn't, I was running into financial problems. I couldn't afford my apartment no more. I went through 2 really awful breakups back to back, and I was in legal trouble with the court system down in Virginia, and it was just like, I was about to off myself. Like, really, I really was. And then I just was like, oh, you know what? There's like an open mic down the street that I should probably try, right? So I called up a friend and I says, hey, just make sure I get to this open mic tomorrow. And I says, if they laugh, cool. If they don't, well then I'll go ahead and kill myself. Like a lot of pressure on the audience.
Wow.
There's a lot of pressure on the audience.
Look, clap, guys. She's gonna kill herself.
Yeah. And then they liked it, right? Like I went and literally just sort of read out of my notebook. I didn't really know how to write a joke. I just had thoughts in a notebook. And I just went on stage, read the thoughts out of the notebook. People laughed. I was like, oh, I can make this better next week, I think. Yeah. And I lived week to week for a long time, solely off of the strength of going to this open mic, which was also mainly poets, too. So that was the other thing. Like, if I can make these poets laugh, right? They would wedge me in between, like, somebody's, like, rape poem and, like, someone's suicide poem, So I'm like, if I can, like, bring the room up after someone like does a poem about their rape, then I'm winning, So
change that flow because it's weird.
Yeah,
man.
And then this sort of group of poets just sort of like embraced me, and so I was for a while the comedy relief for this poetry scene or whatever, and then eventually more comics started to come to this venue. That's the name of the place. It's called the Venue on 35th Street. Shout out to Venue on 35th Street in Norfolk.
Is that still there?
It's still there. It's still there. Still going strong. It's still it's one of the best open mic venues in Norfolk for all for all styles of everything. Whether you're a spoken word artist, whether you're a comic, whether you're making music, whatever. It really blossomed in the time that I was there. And I mean, not because of me or anything, but just I happened to go at a perfect time. Nice. And these other poets like saved me, really. And then I quickly became like a big fish in a little pond down in Virginia, and the suicidal thoughts came back, and I was just like, all right, let's just go to New York. Like I actually had lost the apartment. I really couldn't stand the job at the mall anymore, and I was just like, well, moving to New York is a thing that you do when you either have a lot of money or none. So
nothing in between.
Yeah, no in between. No, you don't just do it because you made a good decision, right? You either do it because you
inspiration.
Either you do it because you need a change in your life, or because you just have that much money.
Forced to change.
Yeah, you're forced to change. So the rest is kind of history. I've found a good comedy home here in New York, and I refuse to go back.
There's no going back.
There's no going back.
LeBron, talk to me.
And you know what? Story similar. I just went same thing, real rough patch. Me and my wife split up. My little brother went to federal prison. I got fired from my job, so I was just like in just a spin, and I didn't know, trying to figure out what's next, what's the plan. And one of my boys like, yo, you got nothing to lose. You should try something you always wanted to do. Yeah. And I was sitting like, what I always wanted to do, playing Xbox. And then one day it just hit me like, yo, I love comedies. Eddie Murphy's my favorite. That's my go-to.
That's your guy?
Yeah, that's my guy. And I always, thought about it, but not seriously. You know what I'm saying? But so I was like, you know what? I looked up open mics. I found one. And I got on, what was it, like MySpace at the time?
Yeah. MySpace.
Wow. I invited like everybody because it was a bringer.
Yeah. Right.
So I invited everybody, and I'm like, yo, LeBron, what the hell is wrong with you? You don't even know if you're funny, and you inviting all these people.
Yeah, right.
So anyway, it was at New York Comedy Club, bringer. I had like 30 people came. I was surprised. And the funny thing is, I'm way more funnier now. It's hard to get people to my shows. Cool. But
yeah, exactly.
But anyway, so it was like 30 people came. Did the set, had a great set. I mean, it felt like I was high on stage. Like,
that first hit.
Got definitely that first hit. And after that, like the people who knew me, they was like, couldn't believe that was you on stage. The people who didn't know me said, "This your first time?
Yeah,
Come
right.
on, God, this your first time?"
Yeah.
So it was just an amazing experience. And now, honestly, had a natural high for the rest of the week.
Yep.
Just off of that experience. After that. Just in love.
Always chasing it.
Always chasing that high. It is.
Yeah. I mean, and now comedy has really taken me to places I would have never thought.
You would never
I put it on my first business card as my first comedy business card as a joke. It says comedian, actor, and motivational speaker. And now a good percentage of my money actually doesn't come from comedy. It comes from teaching comedy. Damn. I teach comedy to teens.
Nice.
To teen girls with shout out to Gold Comedy School for Girls, nice. Gold Comedy.
Remind me to tag that.
Yeah, we teach. I'm part of this little startup business when we teach teen girls how to harness the power of comedy, because it's just one of those things where it's like, I wish I had this as a teenager.
Really,
you know, I wish somebody would have told me, hey, you're a girl, you have something to say, you know, you feel like an outcast, or you feel weird or strange. Double down on that, you know? And so that's what we teach the girls is like, you know, when you feel like something's wrong in your life. Or,
comedy is for the weird and strange.
It is. It's for the what we tell the girls is whatever you think is weird and strange about you is probably the funniest thing. And someone else probably thinks the same thing, too, about themselves.
And they need to hear it.
And they need to hear it. So I teach girls comedy now. I do cop watch trainings. You know, I teach people how to, I do cop watch trainings. How to watch the police.
Real quick, explain that. How is that with video or is that? Primarily it's with your cell phone or with the camcorder, but I also teach people how to film and how to observe and record the police, even with pen and piece of paper. Even just putting eyeballs on the police. You know, I used to do a joke about how much I don't want that much responsibility over black people. And that what black people do is that when we see a guy getting talked to by a cop, we got to take our phone out. And in my phone, I have an app that goes to a website. Where we can record people watching cops. And that's a real that's a real thing. But I know it was a joke. And you actually do that. You know?
It's our responsibility to do so. It is our responsibility to do so.
When you say that in front of white people, it's like, no, I would never. I don't even know the context of that situation.
No, it's our responsibility to do so. You know, I tell, when I do the cop watch trainings, I tell people the majority of what you film, thankfully and hopefully won't be, as horrific as some of these videos that we see. But what it is it's one, creating a culture of counter surveillance and letting the police know that everything you do will be watched. If everything I do will be said and held against me, then everything you do will also be said and held against you as well. But also, one of the most successful cop watching stories I have is I watched the cop pull a guy over because his tints were too dark. Right? And he did he wrote him a ticket, but he never gave him he never did the tint test. A lot of people don't know you're supposed to have they're supposed to have a tester to test how dark or how light your tints are, right? And so I have it on video that he never did that. So I was able to give this guy my card. He contacted me later. I sent him the video. He said it saved him a $200 ticket.
Nice.
Damn.
Because here's the thing. I think his tints were too dark, but the fact is that the police officer never tested them.
Wow.
And so what it is that $200 is groceries for him. It's gas money for him. And so while I might not have, physically saved this man's life, I, in theory, might have. And so what we are doing with Cop Watch isn't always, saving someone's ass from getting beat by the police, but also just saving you a ticket.
Absolutely.
And putting the police on notice.
That's their job, just to get the ticket.
It's a revenue-based system. It's a revenue-based system.
Unfortunately.
So, you're not going to make your quota off me today.
No.
And you're not going to make your quota off my family.
Do you get stopped a lot by cops? Ron?
Yeah, I do.
Still?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, still, we changed.
I mean, you're clean cut.
What does that have to do with it?
They target certain,
No, they target black people.
Yeah, they target black people. And if you're more aggressive, like you're not.
But how do I know who's aggressive?
Yeah, when they talk back, like.
But how do I know who's aggressive when I stop them?
Before you stop them, you don't know.
Before you stop them, you don't know. But if they are too verbal, that's the ones they target. They love.
No. They target black people.
Yeah.
And then if you get too verbal, now you're being uppity.
Yeah.
So
not if you get disrespectful.
But what's disrespectful?
What they say is disrespectful.
But what's disrespectful? Because the police are public servants, which really means you work for me.
Yeah.
So I mean, honestly, and it's already been said that I could curse a police officer out, I could flick him off, I could do whatever the fuck I want. You work for me. I pay your salary, so you should work for me. So if the man at Burger King has to have a camera on him, then how come a police officer I can't do my job with cameras on you? Well, that means you can't do your job.
Yeah.
If you can't do your job with a camera on you, that means you can't do your job.
No, I agree.
So they target black people.
Yeah, of
and they
course.
say that. They tell you that. They say that,
You fit a profile. You look like somebody. I've been stopped one time. Me and my friend were cutting through a park. This is back in Virginia. We're cutting through a park. We walked through the park. We had 2 girls with us. Right? We didn't want them to walk through the park by themselves. Yeah. We were taking them home. So we walked them through the park. We leave them on the other side of the park. They're going to walk the rest of the way. Have a good night. Right? When we come back through the park, now suddenly there's 5 police cars. Yeah. Right? Looking for us. Right. Yeah. So their reason for stopping us was A, because yes, we were in the park after dark. But secondly, we've been getting reports of girls raped in the park that met your description. I says, well,
that's classic.
Right. I was like, you ain't getting nobody matching my description. I'm a woman.
Yeah.
Right? And so, but I was like, where did y'all get this? Where did y'all get this from? Because I live next to this park.
You gotta come up with something.
I live next to this park. I've never heard about people being raped in this park. But now suddenly people are being raped in this park and I match a description. What's that description?
That's what I'm saying. What's the description?
What's the description?
Do they tell you?
No, they don't tell you the description, but you match it.
Yeah.
Got you.
But the description is you're black.
Yeah.
And I don't like where you are.
We know that.
We know that.
But there's no like, I feel like you're the perfect person to like how do you stop? Like I get stopped, like I live in Jersey. I get stopped at least every other night. Or at least followed every other night because I think they're getting to know me. But my tactic now is I stop at McDonald's and I get ice cream. And I was like, they're not going to stop anybody with ice cream code, right? And then they just drive by. But
so you got to think about that though, right?
Yeah, I got to think. You have to take an extra how do I stop this bullshit? Like, you know,
well, I often tell people that it's not on black people to dismantle white supremacy. It's on us to resist it, but we didn't create it. So actually, the onus falls on white people to dismantle white supremacy. If it was up to us, we wouldn't create these conditions for us, right? If it was up to you, we wouldn't have to stop to get an ice cream cone to appear less threatening.
Knowing you're lactose intolerant.
Right, you know, you lactose intolerant, you gonna get your shits just so you don't have to just so the cop don't stop you. Right? Yeah. So honestly, really, it's not on us to dismantle white supremacy. It's on us to continue to resist against it. Yeah. But this is the white man's job. They created this system. Yeah. They created these conditions.
Now, all right, we'll try to hit politics just a little bit. Do you feel like there are less police brutality incidents under Trump?
No, what are you? Absolutely not. It's risen. This is the most dangerous year this year. Right now. Yeah, dangerous. Yeah. Every year since, let's check this out. Every year since Trayvon Martin, the police have killed. I mean, and I know George Zimmerman wasn't a police officer, but every 28 hours, a black man, woman, or child is killed by a police officer, security guard, or other vigilante type.
Is it not being publicized as much right now? I feel like it's not being publicized.
No, we've got our fill of it. We got our fill of it. Yeah. It's too much now, and we've also glazed over it. You can watch these videos till you're blue in the face, right? No, but these incidences have continued. Every year, we top and beat the record for how many people are killed by the police. And this year, every year, I keep saying it's more deadly. This year is on track to beat last year. Wow. So, no, I mean, and I say people. This year, we're at like 700 some people killed by the police. Yeah. And then the white people like to say, well, white people are killed by the police too. Yeah, the difference is, when you look at the stat, is that, when I say black people, more of black people are unarmed. White people who are killed by the police are often armed or have shot first. Yeah. That's just what the numbers show. So yeah, white people are also killed by the police, but we're saying that unarmed black people are continuously killed at higher rates, higher than the year before, higher than the year before that, and higher than the year before that. And so the thing is, now the reason why this is coming into the forefront is because we all have cameras. Yeah. And we can videotape this. We can see these types of things happening in real time now. So that's why it comes to the forefront. But has it gotten better? No, absolutely not. No. It hasn't gotten better under Trump. Not at all. It won't. It won't.
Definitely not.
No, hell no.
It won't. Oh, no. Because we have these empowered vigilante types. Which is why you have, Nazis straight up killing people in the streets, A Nazi killed somebody here with a sword A Nazi killed somebody here in New York City with an 18-inch sword.
Recently.
Yes, this year. Yes, this year. Recently. Came to New York with the expressive purpose of killing black people.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, with an 18-inch sword, stabbed a homeless man.
God damn.
We got a couple of months ago, we got Heather Heyer killed with a car. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got Nazis in the streets, unabashed about it. And what I often tell people is, would you let ISIS openly recruit in the streets? Because that's what these people are. They're white ISIS.
Yeah.
Right?
Terrorists.
But, like, oh, we got to free speech and let them speak. And I'm like, why? Because when you let them speak, all they're speaking about is genocide. When you let them speak, letting them speak is them recruiting. They're not speaking because they're sharing fucking recipes. Yeah. They don't want to rally because they want to hug everybody. They're out there protesting and marching with their guns for the expressive purpose of defending their nation. And that's happening. And then the best that we can get from our president is both sides.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But when you see groups like Antifa rallies for self-defense. How am I going to allow you? How do you allow Nazis to march down your street? We know what they want.
Yeah.
Ain't no point in hearing them out. We know what they want.
Yeah. It's not gonna happen in Newark. They never go where. All right.
Yeah, they never go where the people who they are speaking about are. Right. You won't see them on. You won't see them on Christopher Street in front of Stonewall. No. You won't see them in Harlem. No. They're not gonna rally in Bed-Stuy. Even though shit's gentrifying, they're not gonna go where they go where they need their safe spaces.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Right.
Absolutely. All right. Outside of politics, what is bothering you about this country?
Oh man,
politics.
Yeah.
We have to understand that politics are personal.
Yeah.
When people say leave politics out of XYZ, politics are personal. Because I'm not talking about some sort of like
it could be work.
Yeah. Well, they're trying right now to. I mean, it's already okay to do that, but they're trying to like write it into codified law so that you could fire people for being gay.
Still,
I mean, they in Detroit they legalized it. EMT can refuse you service.
Yeah, an EMT can refuse a gay person service.
Get out of here.
Yes, because it gets some sort of religious code for you.
Yeah,
Wow. Never heard.
So politics are personal.
Yeah.
What's bothering me the most right now?
Well, I didn't mean politics. Trump.
Trump?
See,
you know what?
And it's hard.
Trump is the pimple.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But if this pimple has a long, dirty tail embedded into the skin, He's just the loudest and most obvious.
It's my teenage years.
Yeah. You pop the head and there's mad goo up underneath it, Then
there's a
he's the symptom of a sickness.
Yeah.
But you can see that sickness when you have things like Colin Kaepernick. He's protesting police brutality and racism. Peacefully protesting police brutality and racism, and people are now misconstruing that with protesting America and disrespecting the flag.
Yeah.
That's how exactly. That's how ingrained racism and police brutality is in America, that you can say I'm protesting racism and then people immediately say, oh, you're protesting America. Right?
We love this country, like he said.
Did you see the protests on I've never been watching football.
I'm boycotting football.
That's my black shirt is for.
Yeah, I get some Google alerts for my game, but I don't look at it. I don't watch it. I don't click no NFL stuff on Twitter.
No.
I don't. I'm not with the shits right now.
Yeah. Have you been, Chris? You a big football fan? No.
But I was still boycotting.
Because the only one I saw was the Cowboys.
Yeah, and
where
Jerry Jones.
Now they're trying to find like a loophole between taking a knee and just locking arms.
They took a knee before the anthem played and then locked arms for the anthem.
Yeah, it's all lame. I mean, locking arms is normal. They've always done locking arms. It shows something. But taking a knee,
was the point
behind Kaepernick. Taking a knee is.
So we don't take a knee during the song. We just take a knee for the beginning.
Can we discuss like the anthem is corny, dog?
No, but the anthem supports slavery. Like when I read the unedited version, the long extended version, I'm like, I would never stand up for this either. You know what I mean? Like,
but also, it's not a good song. At the time when it was made, they didn't even like it.
Song.
No,
it's not gonna make the top 40.
No. At the time it was made, it was a poem originally. It wasn't written to be a song. It was written to be a poem. And then when they started to sing it, no one liked it. It was long. It didn't rhyme. It was bad.
There was no chorus.
It was a bad song.
Where your bars at?
For a while, we floated several other anthems. There was even a better anthem written by a Mexican that we almost went with.
Yeah.
It was America the Beautiful. Oh, beautiful. That's a better anthem. You know what I'm saying? That one's more truthful. It's just about America, the land, being beautiful. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? No, the anthem's a trash song, dog. Yeah. It's like, and it's also kind of weird that we as a nation have a favorite song.
Yeah.
Doesn't that feel a little juvenile? We have a favorite song and get super pissy when people don't like the song we like. It'd be like if I got super pissed if you didn't like Hotline Bling.
Yeah.
You know, like what the fuck you mean you don't like Hotline Bling? You don't like Hotline Bling? What?
I feel like we need a new flag in general.
We need a new.
I think there's a song. We need a song.
We need a new song. We need to remix everything.
Put Wayne on it or something. Put Lil Wayne on it.
Although Marvin Gaye had the best anthem.
Definitely.
Put somebody else on the maybe it needs a verse from
you gotta put Drake on it.
Yeah, maybe it needs a verse from Drake.
All American black boy.
You know what I mean? He's Canadian, nigga.
Yeah, you're right.
Jesus.
You're right about that.
We can't put Drake on
Jay-Z. Who doesn't like Jay-Z?
Yeah, we'll put Jay. That's a great American. That's a great American.
Power is married.
Power couple. Have Jay-Z and Beyonce remix the anthem. And that's some shit I'll stand for, son.
Beyonce can't lose on an anthem. Like,
Beyonce can't lose, period.
Yeah. Put Beyonce on it and we'll all stand for it. I'll twerk for the damn anthem if Beyonce's on it, son.
The flag was made by slaves, all right? Is that a fact?
The flag actually originates from the East India Trading Company.
Okay.
The flag that we have it in today. So it's actually still a corporate symbol.
Damn.
So... what I'm learning in the last several years is that people just don't know enough history.
No.
Period. You know, I come from a military family. Mm-hmm. You know, my mother, my father, my grandfather were all.
I'm going to say reproduced, but good.
No, well, they reproduced, and everyone also went into the military. I was supposed to go into the military. Thank God I didn't. But what I've learned is that people love symbols more than they love the actual thing.
Of course.
And that's idolatry. Mm-hmm. You know?
They gotta have something to look at.
Yeah.
You gotta have something to look at. If you claim to be a Christian, America-loving, American, I don't know how to fucking say it because I don't say these words. But if this is what you claim, then you shouldn't love the symbol more than you love the thing, right? Jesus said, "Don't revere the cross. I'm not there anymore." You shouldn't revere the symbol. There are religions that don't. In Islam, you shouldn't even have any sort of pictures or images of Muhammad, right? Because it's not about Muhammad, right? So loving America isn't about the goddamn flag, right? Like at the end of the day, it's just a symbol of America. It means exactly the same as a map of America does, Wow. So if you love America, then you're actually being very anti-American with your opposition to pretty much any protest, right?
Yeah.
Protest is violent. Protest is ugly, and it never looks the way anyone thinks it should look. Yeah. So, if you are
and they're changing.
Protest is not changing. No. Protest is exactly the same as it was with the foundation of this country. People dressed up and disguised themselves, Antifa, raided a property that wasn't theirs, and dumped property that wasn't theirs into the water to protest. How is that any different than wrapping my face in a black mask and breaking the windows of a Starbucks because I don't like what it stands for? The protest itself wasn't about fucking the tea, right? Just like Colin Kaepernick isn't about the fucking flag. Dumping that T into the harbor wasn't about the fucking T. It was about what the T stood for, and it was we don't want your shit. Yeah. We don't want Britain's shit. We'd rather destroy it and do without it than pay you for it.
So were you like a history major?
Yeah. Am I a history major? No, I just know America, bro. I'm
not being funny.
No, I'm not.
The facts, the dates. I'm asking if you're good in history.
No, remember it. Okay. It's a Google fucking search, And the same device
exactly.
that you're...
But I'm just saying, if you asked me that question, I would have to go Google. You already got it off the top. That's all I was asking.
It just requires a little bit of further thinking, is all. And that's the problem, is we want the answers now. So we don't have to... We're not ready to do the further thinking, right? And the same device that I complain about, I could also fucking fact check on, right? True. The same device that this is divisive. Yeah. That's the point. Yeah. It's supposed to be.
Easy to find out. Cool. All right, we're running out of time. I'm going to get one of these questions out, and we'll get some audience questions. No, I want to hear you talk.
Favorite?
I'll let you pick. No. I'll let you pick. What's your favorite? 2-part question. What's your favorite sound?
Favorite sound?
Yeah. Let's dumb this down a little bit.
My favorite sound. Oh, my favorite sound is the bong water bubbling when you're taking a hit.
Of course it is.
Yeah, that's my favorite sound.
I want to say, honestly, it's going to sound real corny and generic, but my son laughing. Like,
that's cute.
It's hilarious. It's funny to me, yeah.
And you're a member Phi Beta Sigma too. We're not going to be able to talk about this, but you are my frat brother.
Yes,
so I just shout it out. Big shout out to Phi Beta Sigma. What is your favorite, and then, not to disrespect the frat, but what's your favorite sound during sex?
Favorite sound during sex?
You got favorite, right?
I don't know. It's that slappy sound.
Everybody.
It's always that slappy sound.
I like the moan. It lets me know if I'm hitting the right spots. I like the moan. The moan's my favorite.
Yeah. I need the feedback sounds too. So.
I like when she bangs her head against the wall. That sound, that soft sound of
Watch
a head.
Her head.
Exactly.
That soft sound of a head.
You controlling
things. It's bad enough football players going
drywall.
through CTE.
No,
you got this poor girl.
Don't give your bitch CTE.
She's like, boom.
Next time she's going to come over wearing the helmet.
Yeah, you driving the car.
They should come over prepared.
You driving the car. Make sure everybody is safely restrained.
I love it. I love it when you raise them up too high and their head hits the
ceiling fan. You doing too much. You trying to kill bitches.
There's nothing better.
Shit 3 times. You trying to hurt bitches.
Yes. Make it memorable.
She's not coming back.
You should always
make it memorable. She's got a concussion.
Exactly. If she gets hit in the head, she's not gonna remember it.
What's this other question? What's the other one?
I'll let you pick one.
I'm gonna pick one. What's my favorite?
Like
curse word?
Yeah.
I mean, it's easily fuck because it's a.
That's too easy.
I know it's too easy.
Comes too easy.
It's a noun, verb, and adjective, but also I like British curse words.
Wow.
British curse words.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. Bollocks. When something's bollocks,
you
know it's real bullshit, yo. It's real. What's that? Is bollocks like bull balls or something?
Bollocks.
I don't even know what it is.
It's like bullshit. It's like bullshit.
It's like bullshit, right?
Is it
balls? Yeah. Bollocks.
Rubbish.
Yeah, when you rubbish, nigga, you're not even trash. Or I also like to call people shit in Spanish, like instead of calling somebody trash, you basura. Basura.
That sounds like my basketball game.
Basura.
Yeah.
That's they used to call me in the Heights.
You say
basura.
What?
Yeah.
I don't really have one. Regular conversation, I try not to curse on stage. I don't give a fuck. But I guess fuck is the easiest. But I want to answer this. I like this question right here. On a scale of 1 to 10, how weird are you? That's a great question. Yeah. I think I'm a 6 or 7. I'm a low key weird. Because I do shit that maybe not in front of everybody, but I'm like, why am I doing this? This is so weird. I know I want the cereal, but why did I just put it back when I'm gonna come back in a few minutes? Like I'll just fill up a half a glass of juice.
Yeah.
And before I go sit down, I drink it all
that's not weird. You being inconvenient to your own self. That's
Okay, so on the scale of being inconvenienced, I am a 10.
10 on inconvenient.
Thank you for helping me with that, Elsa.
I don't know.
History major and psychologist.
I like to.
Just
Okay,
fixed you.
I like to think I'm
Thank
normal.
Ayala.
I like to think I'm normal, so I'm gonna put myself at 5. But I hear other people say that I'm weird.
If you
but,
think you're normal, then you're like 12.
yeah. Here's the thing: is
fine.
when you think you're
I'm
weird
brave.
is when you're not weird, and then when you think you're normal is usually when you fucking crazy. So like I'm not crazy; everyone else is crazy, you know, and that's what it's crazy. So, but no, I do think everyone else is crazy, and I'm fine.
Absolutely.
I'm fine. It's all y'all.
I just have a superhero complex. That's the weird thing. I feel like I
Never heard
need
of that.
to help. Huh?
I never heard of that.
What?
Superhero
complex?
Yeah,
It's because you got these muscles.
yeah, I
nigga.
work out just so. You know what I did the
Isn't
other
that
day?
just being a nerd?
You know how to train shifts and people fall? I caught 2 women at the same time, both hands.
And he was
Dope
stable
shit.
like this.
They were like, "Oh, thank you." I was like, "That's what this shit is for." But then the mother looked at me. He was like, "They're underage." I was like, "Fuck, bad." So I was like, "Ah."
Catching women at the gym.
Yeah, no, on the train.
On the train.
Yeah, on the train.
Oh yeah, I caught a bitch on the train the other day too.
Nice,
But she was
nice.
old,
Oh, see.
and she was an old white lady, and I was
That's
just like,
all
"Oh,
I'm
I got you though."
That's even
And then
better.
like for 2 seconds, I would be like, "Reparations,"
Yeah.
and just let it drop.
Ah. Well, holding doors. I love holding doors. It's so
Yeah,
good.
so you stopping up the whole train line.
Absolutely.
Oh, you be
being the super-
I'm
you
that
be
guy.
fucking the train
I'll be
up.
fucking
You
the train
that's
up.
why
I get
I've
to
been
work
breaking
on
the
time.
doors. Like this right here is all me.
That's why we be having door
Yeah,
malfunctions,
yeah.
nigga. You the reason I was late getting here.
I
Okay.
live for the. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. I'm like, you're welcome, ma'am.
That's
With
what
this
I'm here
stance,
for.
you're welcome.
Your
You make
cake
the
pops
picture.
from the
broke this-
wind.
yeah.
Alright.
Does anybody have any questions before you close this out?
Questions, comments, concerns, compliments.
Bill Cannon is here, and I don't want this to break out into a conversation. Bill, when you've
Can't
stopped
even see.
black men, right? What suggestion would you give
Oh, this
them?
nigga's a cop?
Yes.
That's how she feels uncomfortable.
what suggestion would you give them to avoid getting stopped?
What?
Is that the question?
wait.
That is not even the question. What are cops going to do to stop pulling over black
he's
people
asking
for
him
no
a
reason?
question.
No, just his question.
Anyway,
It's his
okay.
question.
No, it's his question. Anyway,
Not
it's
the
a corny.
real
It's a
side.
corny question. Go ahead.
Avoid having a problem.
Like you walked in late. Like what I do to stop it is because I get stopped like every night. I have to get an ice cream cone, and it seemed to stop.
You have to infantize yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. You have to infantize yourself so that the police don't stop.
And then they stop
I
it. They-
retired 6 years ago.
Yes.
The city is much different now than it was, and it was much different. It's much different now when it came on in 1985.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was a much more dangerous place.
Yeah.
It was much different. There's not as much stop, question, and frisk now.
Uh-huh.
It's gone down about 80% since it was brought into the forefront as that they would just stop people randomly. So there's probably 80% less stops. You're still getting stopped.
Yeah.
But, you know,
I'm not getting arrested anymore. I used to get arrested. I remember they recently passed a law where they don't arrest you anymore. They just give you a summons. So
I'm just going to inconvenience you later.
But luckily, like a lot of them are cool ones who don't ask all the questions like your social or. So I give bullshit information. I'm recording this.
see,
whatever.
Jumping the turnstile used to be a misdemeanor, a theft of service.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
could actually go through the system.
Yeah, and they used to take you in.
Now
But
they made it like an administrative.
That happened to me.
but
You
now
can still lose your NYCHA housing for a 275 offense. We were just doing swipe it forward yesterday.
nicer house.
NYCHA, you can lose your public housing for jumping the turnstile. You can, yes, you could still lose your public housing for jumping the turnstile. And turnstile arrests are 98% black and brown, whereas still 85% of New Yorkers, all New Yorkers, have admitted to jumping the turnstile or not paying for service. Yet for whatever reason,
I'm a hop star, just so you know.
oh yeah.
How do you get caught?
How do you get caught? They hide.
Yeah.
They hide. They hide.
Is that- that's
They hide in broom closets. They hide down the stairs where you can't see you.
I got all my mics mapped out to where I go, but when I go somewhere at a different time, you can see them just peeking around the
Yeah,
corner.
they hide to catch you.
Yeah, I go in and out.
Civilian
Yeah.
outfits.
Yeah, that's the worst. All right. Any questions? Any questions? I want to keep that short. Where can they find you?
Okay. So
Social
I
media?
got a new podcast. You can check
Yes.
out my podcast because I keep getting banned from Facebook for saying
course.
pretty innocuous stuff these days. But so find me on Twitter because
What's the name of your podcast?
podcast is Too Spicy. So, because it's too spicy for the timeline. So, at @spicy podcast. And then you can find me on Twitter at Elsa, just Elsa. I didn't realize that was going to be difficult to say, but you have to type all three of those words. Elsa, just Elsa. Nice. Because if you type just Elsa, then that's Frozen, and that's not me. That's the Disney animated movie Frozen. Yeah. No, it's not hilarious. It's hella inconvenient to my everyday life. I don't know if you ever get confused for a Disney princess. No. It's in the fucking way.
Instagram?
No. I have an Instagram. I have literally 12 pictures on it, Snapchat, and somehow I have a
Snapchat.
No, I don't understand the new kid things. Okay, I'm almost 30, and technology's moving too fast.
Blair, you on Snapchat? Blair's
Dawson. On Snapchat.
Snapchat.
Blair's on Snapchat.
Once Instagram started adapting all those Snapchat features.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good.
What's the purpose?
Filters.
Yeah. Why would I have an app where it's like I can already accomplish?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook and I hate it. So find me on Twitter or in real life.
And I'll get to my favorite question. Where can they find? Yeah, I'll get back. Go ahead.
Twitter and Instagram, comedian LeRon, LeRon, and Facebook, LeRon MvGowann. Yes, I have an Irish last name. And 3 places you can find me.
Websites?
None.
Nah.
You guys have websites? That's your business.
No, right? Nigga, my business is on Twitter. No,
Facebook,
it's fine.
Instagram, comedian LeRon.
It's fine. I've actually asked a couple
but get it before Elsa gets it.
I brought the domain name.
Really? Oh,
I brought my
nice.
domain. I purchased several domain names. I just haven't put anything on them. I have elsawaithe.com and elsawaithe.black. You could purchase it. You could purchase a .black.
Yeah. So, I am actually going. I want a .white. I don't know why. Just for the fuck of it. Just to get it before all the white Jimmy Peoples get it.
Like Jimmy Peoples
superhero. Hero.
Mine is superhero action guy.
Is it real?
Superhero action guy. Peoples.
Should be a superhero.
You guys on Pinterest?
On Pinterest? What am I, stay-at-home mom?
For me? That was Pinterest. Blair, you on Pinterest?
No, Blair's not on Pinterest.
I have one for college.
Yeah, you do.
Well, for
crafting.
resource compiling.
Bill, you're in here everywhere. Have you got a Pinterest account yet?
I never got one.
You're gonna get. I'm signing everybody up, and it's not. What'd you say it was for?
Stay-at-home moms and crafters, dude. I don't.
It's good for creating mood boards for like.
What is
vision boards, right? You make. I don't know what a mood board
Well, I
is.
went to art college, and so for inspirations for projects and stuff like that, you're pulling references together, and it's a really.
Oh, my girlfriend's got one of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gonna put your nose down like 4 inches.
I didn't know what she called it though. She just puts news clippings.
I put vision boards. I put like podcasts.
So you Pinterest?
Yeah, I Pinterest like a
Oh, that's
I love
cute
Pinterest.
though.
I gotta follow it.
That's cute.
Yeah,
You
you post 10 a day, and then you get like a bunch of following. It's like
I have no idea how to show.
You pin like 10 things a day, and then people will follow you, and you can talk to them, tell them where your show's at. And that's how you build a following.
Okay.
What is it that you pin though?
Things you like, things you're interested in, and if people are interested in the same thing that you are, they'll find you.
Yeah.
This sounds complicated.
Look. Go pin 10 things, 10 of your favorite things.
I'm not pinning anything. I got a pinned tweet.
You just learn what people like.
Yeah. That's how you find your following.
I got a pinned tweet.
Pinned tweet?
Yeah, I got a tweet pinned to the top of my timeline.
And I don't like Twitter as much. I don't like Twitter. I'll try to post on Twitter, but not a big.
Yeah, because, it's, for me, I realized, okay, Facebook is where all my friends live. So if I make a post and it gets 100 likes, that's cool because all my friends like that, right? But, it's like when you tell people, I'm a comedian, I'm funny. Yeah. Your friends think you're funny. Yeah. Now get in a room full of strangers, and that's what Twitter is, right? So, 100 likes on Facebook or hearts or reactions or whatever is way less valuable than 100 likes on Twitter. 100 likes on Twitter means 100 straight up strangers like this. Yeah. Whereas on Facebook,
Twitter moves fast. It's
and Twitter moves fast. I understand shit faster on Twitter than I do on Facebook. Also, now they talk about making Twitter 280 characters. I don't want to read an essay, B. That's why I'm on
Your president will be happy, though. But.
Oh, no, fuck that. I don't need more of that.
Exactly.
More of his awful vocabulary.
Not even less will get done.
Yeah, even less will get done when he has more characters. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for
Love
being
you,
here.
Jimmy.
Love you so much. Give it up for them. See
them.
our live audience. See how that comes?
Yeah.
Just
I looked
right.
up and it was,
See
I
that?
looked up and there was people here not paying attention. It
I
was
thought we
great.
were alone.
Fucking dope. You know, I'm editing that part
I thought
out.
we were alone.
Well,
Yeah, right. I thought we was
thank you
gonna-
guys for coming. You can
Thank
follow
you for
us
having
on Blog Talk Radio, SoundCloud,
Yeah.
Google Plus,
Yeah.
YouTube, Facebook. And, thank you.
Love you.
Love you too. Thank you.